Hello and welcome to Free Spirit. Today we come to you from Kirstenbosch National Botanical Gardens. Michele Slabbert's love for plants goes way beyond classical admiration. Her extensive knowledge, her respect for their growth cycles and practical uses is deeply etched into her way of life. So let's join Michele now to find out more about her work in the plant realm.
I believe that this planet is totally conscious, and we are the unconscious beings on the planet. This has been a long journey. I started off with a grandmother who in the 20s and 30s used to make ointments, and she taught me to make flower essences. Once I'd left school, I was automatically drawn to alternate medicine. From about 1973, 1974, in South Africa, they closed the register on alternate medicine. So I went into the personnel industry, and it was at the end of 1992. I was walking through a nursery, and a little old lady came up to me, and she grabbed me by the arm like this, and she said to me, "My dear, you are wasting your power. What are you doing with your life?" And the next day, it was like I just fell to pieces. It was only later that I understood that this was actually a calling back to my roots. And I've never looked back from that moment onwards. Plants heal us, not only by cutting a plant and making a herbal medicine out of it, but just walking through a field of flowers, being able to look at all the pink that is here. It's creating an embrace with the world. I make facial treatments, I make body treatments, ointments. I make tinctures for people. People will phone me up and say they want a particular tincture. The flower essences are purely as a result of living here. A tincture is a medicinal preparation that you would take for a myriad of things. It is when you take a plant, a herb, and you put it into alcohol to extract all the goodness out of the plant into the alcohol, and you're actually changing the structure of both the alcohol and the plant. I don't use any electricity in the way I make tinctures. It's a very old-fashioned, in fact, it's a very, very ancient way of making tinctures. Whenever a bottle is empty, there's always a gap on my shelf. So what I do is I take my flat tiger's eye and I burn herbs for the space, and into that space an energy goes. Very often I will put the stone that I'm going to use there in that space as well, depending entirely on what I'm doing. In the case of a nettle, for some reason the nettle likes tourmaline, and it's always a fight between the black one or the pink one. But I leave that to the nettles. I don't get involved in that argument. Then I come in the morning and I will burn the herbs again, and then start the preparation, and I will make a pile of the fresh nettles and a pile of the dried nettles, and but then open the bottle. I will take the stone out and always breathe in it, and when I breathe in it, that is the breath of life. And then I start packing first some of the fresh nettle and then some of the dried nettle, and then until the bottle is full. And then take the alcohol, swirl it around, turn it upside down, open it, and then start slowly pouring it in. And it needs to bubble all the way through until it is full. Once that is done and the bubbling has stopped, I then close the bottle, take it, put it into the space, and then put the stone on top of it. And that's it. I come along every few days, give it a good shake, and then leave it. And it'll be there for months, just maturing slowly but surely until the fresh nettle goes white. And then I know that the tincture is ready. The difference between a flower essence and a tincture is that the tincture is pure alcohol as such, whereas a flower essence is a mixture of alcohol and water in equal quantities. A tincture works on a physical level, whereas a flower essence works on a mental and spiritual level. It is not as such a medicine. As the name says, it is an essence. It responds to you, or you respond to the essence. Very often we have blockages that we've put up ourselves. They're very deep-seated and they're very painful to deal with. And what happens is the essence actually kind of comes and knocks on a little door and says, don't you think it's time we had a look to see what is in this room? And very gently, at your pace, the flower essence will open.
I knew that what I had put down on the paper was a part of myself that had to be somehow expressed, even though I wasn't totally comfortable about the fact that I put a tick next to snobbish.
But you're being honest.
Well, I guess so, yeah.
The flower essence inner guide works very much on color. People respond to color. There are colors in your aura. What happens is that there's certain colors are diminished as you go through life. I ask people to look at a series of words. From the words that people have chosen, you can actually see what their state of mind is all about. There are guidelines. For example, if there is a low green, it will show me, because I have devised a section that will show me that there are a number of possibilities in the kind of lifestyle that this person leads that are lacking or could be too much. My recommendation for you is the blue sky and the white light. Today I work totally on intuition. I know that when I wake up in the morning, that today is the day that I have to make a comfrey flower essence. It's also the day that I know that I have to go and plant basil seeds. Invariably, if I go back and I look at my moon calendar, because I do work very closely with a moon calendar, I'll find that I'm absolutely spot on. When you have an interaction with the plant, you immediately know that this is the time to harvest it. The plant itself, the tincture itself, will tell you when it's ready. The flower essence will tell me when it is ready. And I like to think of the products that I make as an experience more than just a product. Again, we have forgotten that the planet is conscious and that we are in an adolescent unconsciousness, striving forward to make that change to true consciousness. And I do believe that that's really what the New Age is all about. And we are having the most unbelievable growing pains, but it's worth it.